Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. And we got some sweet music going on here. Let me take that volume down. Alright, so in the last hour tutorial, we made this little ear, and I said I was going to change it, and I did, but just like stupid little minor things, nothing major. I wanted to keep it the same in case that we run into any problems. Again, I want to run into trouble. I want to get into like issues, because that's really what a lot of modeling's about. It's you're doing things and then you get errors and then you need to know how to fix them. So if it's canned, like a perfectly well done, prepared tutorial, then I think that's kind of cheating. Anyway, so back to where we were. So we had this little ear, kind of like look like this, and the next stage was or is connecting it to where we left off with the head. Now, one thing I wanted to point out with the head, is particularly with the in regards to the neck, is that we made something that was sort of like placing really, because once we attach our ear and after we have the rest of the body done, then this shape will change. The edge loops and the form of it will change. So I just wanted to get that out there like a disclaimer type of thing. Alright, one thing that you're seeing here is some edges on the face are hardened and then some are not, like this edge for example, that's softened. Some edges around here. So I'm just gonna make sure that everything is hardened. There we go, like that. And now that everything's hardened, let's bring our ear and center the pivot, move it out like so, and delete the history on it. I'm also gonna delete the history on this. And then we need to sort of like merge these two guys together. Thing is that it's not as easy as just merging. You need to do a little bit of work to get things going. Now, let me just check my front view here. I'm going to put my ear here, and I'm just going to move my mesh along with the eyes out here. There we go. Okay, so front view, side view. Just gonna make it transparent for a second. See what's going on with that ear. Let's put it where it belongs. You know what? I'm actually going to hide the ear reference that I had there. That little ear reference. I'm just going to hide it. Control H. Because after all, this is based on this, on the actual face of him. Alright, so there it is. I think the scale's a little off, so I'm just going to try and scale it up a little bit. It's fine if it's not a perfect lineup. Just, either find a happy medium or try to find the most proportionate place for his ear to be. Raise it up a little bit. Okay, so how does this go? Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to delete some faces. Now, as I'm doing this, then I'm realizing that this has a little bit too little edges going on the top. So, and I know that there's some things that aren't connected yet, which eventually they will be, but I'm just going to keep it like that for now. But here I will be doing this. And maybe another one right there. And then I'm going to delete this edge loop. And I'm going to redirect this guy so that it comes down here. Okay. And then this. See if we can do a little something like that there. And just shift it out a little bit more. And this guy, I'm also gonna shift it out a little bit more, try to even things out. So you see, already without even starting, we're changing the shape of that neck. Okay. Now the reason why I added that, there's a couple of reasons. One, because you definitely needed that extra edge so that it would be a little bit more balanced. And second, so that we can delete some faces here. As if you look at the ear and you know where it's going to connect to, you can say, well, the ear is inside of this face and that face and that face and that face and this face and this face and that face. So you realize how many faces it takes for you to connect your ear, and then you pretty much would delete them. It's like, wait, what? I need them, but I need to delete them? Yep, that's pretty much what happens. So there's other ways around it though. Like you don't necessarily need to delete them. You can do split edge around the thing. It sort of depends on what you want to do. I'm just gonna delete them because I want to. And after you delete them, then you might need to do a little bit of reshaping here on your form, just to make it kind of like roll around with a nicer edge flow. And like I said, you know, your shape is gonna end up changing, and eventually you're gonna have to add edges and stuff, but that's really what this is kind of like all about. Just gonna change this shape up a little bit, make it flow around that ear. See? And then I'm just going to extrude those guys like that. And this is the part that's a little tricky. So this is what's gonna happen. This needs to connect to that ear. Now, let me see. Did I have? Yeah, that's gonna connect to that ear. So what we need to do is, yeah, we need to make them smaller, and you need to realize what you need to push in and what you need to push out, and what you don't need to push. And then we're gonna connect. So I'm gonna start by pushing some things around so that it has a better. Alright, so this is when things begin to change. Like, okay, this guy I can do that, and this is like way out there. So I'm just gonna select this face, just that face, and delete it. I'm just gonna snap this vert to that edge right there. And then the next one over. So I need to adjust this shape a little bit. I think that's going like way too deep. Now this guy, I'm gonna put over there. And the idea is to just put them so that they're kind of continuing as close as possible with their shape. Okay, like this one I can put there. I'll just put this one here, and then I'll put this one there. And then this guy would probably be kind of like there. And then this guy would probably be kind of like here. And this guy maybe there. And this guy probably there. It's not an exact science, so. And this guy over there. And I'll put this guy over here. And this would make more sense if it was like that. So I'll just put it kind of like there. And now that I adjusted that, I'm gonna adjust my ear. And you know, you can't adjust all of them, so adjust the ones that you can, the ones that are connecting to something. So like this, we probably want to do that. I'm just going to do a little bit here, and a little bit there, and a little bit there. Now, I haven't combined them because it's easier that way for you. Because then, you know, that way you can line them up without having to select everything. After you have that, then you combine them. And now that they're combined, you can merge vertices and all these guys, and it's always a good idea to double check All those guys should be merged. Alright, this is the part that begins to get tricky, so let me sit down here correctly. Okay, so we need to begin to connect things, and we need to add edges, remove edges, redirect edges, a whole bunch of things with edges. Alright, so let's see. This guy over there, I would have to add an edge here so that I can merge those two. Now down here, there's two edges, so I would need two edges coming off of the head to merge those one to the other. Now, like here, there's another edge coming from the ear, so I need another edge coming from the head, and then merge one to the other. And down here, we'll do the same thing. Like one, then the other, and merge. Okay, this is the little tricky area, so before we get to the tricky area, let's see if there's any other easy areas. Okay, I guess we ran out of easy areas. So we got the two tricky ones, the bottom and the top. Start here with the bottom. Just gonna select some edges and frame there. And here's where we have to figure out what we're gonna do. This and that. See, that's a quad in there. So if we were to simply merge those two, that would work. Still have a couple of extra edges here, so let's try and figure out what to do about those. Let's see. Just push this in here. Alright, so if we were to, for example, if we merge this to that, that would be a quad. See it? So, and that's both of those, if you look, you'll see they both belong to the ear. So I'm just gonna select those and merge them. And there's my quad. And let's see if we can do more merging. If we can, then we can't, but if we can, then better if we do. We merge those two, then it's gonna give a try. That's a quad, but that's a try. But that's a try. But if we were to take this down here and then do it, check this out. Okay, that's a try. Let's see if this works. Okay, that's a try. But we can make it a quad by adding an extra point. Of course, we need to also make it kind of look like a quad. So there we go. Alright, now we got a quad. If we were to append and this to that, then that would be a quad. And if we append these guys together, then that would be a quad. If I append this to that, that's a quad. And there's one edge here, one edge there, that's two, that's three, and that's four. So there's a quad. So let's just append this. And there we go. I mean, it's just one way of doing it, but like I said, there's 100 ways of doing things. And once you get that, then it's a matter of adjusting form. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to let's see, if we come from here to here and we were to merge those two, then that would fix this, but that would give us a try there, which is not a good place for a try. I mean, it's not that it's a bad place, but I'm sure there could be better places for it. But the reason why we did that is because we need to redirect stuff, so we can actually delete that edge and merge it down there. So let's see if that is a try or a quad. Okay, that's a try. Let's try and make a quad out of that guy. You know what? Let me undo this. Okay, so let's just try to adjust the shape based on what we have here. If we take this over, okay, that's our quad right there. And not this. Let's push this more like that. And let's push this more like that. And let's try to change this up a little bit so that it looks nicer, because it looks nasty. Oh wait, you know what? I'm just gonna go and try and connect my top area first before I try to do anything crazy. Alright, so there's that weird hole there, which to fix that we would have to do kind of like a whole bunch of steps. Alright, so let me just move this over here so we can merge this to that without a problem. It's gonna give us a quad there. And let me just move this over here and see where that's going. Alright. So for that one we will need a couple of edges, so I'm just gonna add a couple of random edges here. Just to connect things. Like I said, they're just random edges. So merge those and merge those. Okay, so that's a quad connection there, but I know that this area needs fixing, but that's what we're about to do. Okay, so if we were to merge this to that, we can fix that issue. Because that's a quad, that would be adjusted. And back here, we need to sort of like change the shape of it. Let's start by pushing this a little bit more forward. Pushing this kind of like that. Let's push this also a little bit more forward. Let's push this also a little bit more forward. I'm going to try redirecting this over there. There's an extra edge I need. I'm just going to have it there so that I remember about it. This line will have to be adjusted. Alright, so let's try and fix this big mess. We got two edges that are really close together, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but you know, if we want to keep, it depends on the amount of detail we want. Let's see. We can always merge all those guys together. And if we do that, we'll just do it to this first one to see what's going to end up happening. If we do that here, then we would be able to direct this like that. Yeah, which could work. And then if we were to take an outer one, yeah, that could work. Let me undo for a second. Because the other option we have is to do this. In which case we would just have to merge these two guys together. Or maybe not. Delete this edge and reshape this. And then that would give us this extra edge, which I guess it would be either going down here, or if we redirect it, it would be going down into the mouth. So like that would go here, and then that other edge would go down into the mouth. Let me undo for a second and go back to our original problem area. And then we have this option, or not. Okay, we have this option. There we go. That's another option. So that would just go into the eye area. I don't know. I'm doubtful about this one. Let's think for a minute. When in doubt, keep working. Okay, so let's see. I'm just gonna base off of the geometry and what we need to achieve, and maybe some of the solutions are gonna come off of there. Alright, so here we go. I'm gonna start back here. That one will definitely do that. And then we can get rid of that. This can end up coming over here. No, that one we want to be coming down here. I'm just gonna keep it as an end gun to remind me for later. This one I'm going to let's just keep it there. Adjust this font a little bit. Alright, this guy is tricky because I mean I can do that. See, and then I can do this. Which is an option. It's just that the first one, if I had the end gun, is gonna have less edges to come down here. But you know, with this, you can just extrude it and get a shape. So it sort of like depends on the geometry. I'm gonna keep it like that for now, a little bit more straightforward. Okay, these guys, I would love to make only one of those two. Just gonna do that there. And that's really messy. Okay, try it. Let's see what we can do here. Might end up with a spiral, but we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, so I'm just going to delete those two, added that one. Quad and try. Add one more, you get a quad. Merge it, you gotta try. Merge those two, and we can live with that. So let's try that. I'm trying to simplify and keeping the shape with the least amount of polys there. Let's see what we can do here. I got a little issue here, which I'm trying to fix, because usually the line that comes out of the ear goes and connects with the mouth. I don't know what is it, his topology, or if it's a mistake that I made. But that's supposed to come down there. And this is kind of going up there, so let's see. Sure, it just takes a little bit of figuring out. Delete that edge. I'm just going to delete this edge here. And I'm going to redirect. Let's see, this guy's like really close there. I guess I accidentally moved it or something. I'll just push it up a little bit. Okay. So let's see. Just keep going here and do that. I'm just going to try and see if I can redirect this like that. Which would allow me to open up the edge that's coming up from the top and like going down here. Just redirect it so that it does this. Which goes back to me having the angle that I want to have. There we go. Hopefully. I'll just delete this inner one. Or not really. Just this outer one right there. Inner one is going around, the outer one is going around. Okay, maybe I'm blind or I just can't see it. I need to get rid of this and Merging was not gonna fix it. And adding an extra one is not going to fix it either, and I gotta try back then. Alright, so let's see. This would roll down here, because there's a wrinkle that happens on the back of the hat. And then I'm going to take this one over here, and let's see what happens if okay. I know I'm doing something wrong, I'm just trying to figure out what it is I'm doing wrong. Because I want that there. Unless I really can't. If I really can, then I really can't. Period. Okay, now it might work. Okay, let me just keep extruding or adjusting this edge from here. Right there, take this there. Take this guy up here. Take this guy to there. Delete this. Just gonna do an extra loop here. And one more there. And let's try to average this guy out. You take that one there, this guys are gonna get really close together. I'm gonna keep that hang on there for now. I can even keep it like more there. It's not so bad. And all these guys need to be averaged out. So you can try manually, or you can try the sculpt relax option. Just with very little opacity. That's a lot of opacity, so that's still a lot. 0.001. Okay, that's better. I don't know if this is going to do exactly what I want, but I hope that it's going to average them out quickly. Okay, it's not half bad. Back to pushing and pulling CVs. Try and average these guys out a little bit more. I'm just gonna leave it that there, because like I said, that whole shape's gonna change. So alrighty. So I think that pretty much takes care of that. The rest is trying to average out a couple of verts so that we don't have such a pronounced, unless it's supposed to be pronounced, because if it's supposed to be pronounced, then it's supposed to be pronounced. But if it's not, and we can fix it, then why not? Alright, so hopefully that's going to do it for us. I'm just going to press insert here and snap it over there. And duplicate special, make sure I got my instance option on, duplicate special. Okay, that's not so bad. Alright, so I would still change a couple of things down here so that it's a nicer flow. Like, it's better to take this guy's kind of like down here, perpendicular, always radiating out. So like if that's the neck, you would want this guys to radiate away from the neck. Which if I do that, then I'm gonna have to adjust some of the shapes surrounding that. Try and adjust a couple of shapes there. Alright, so I'll adjust this a little bit more. The more linear you can keep it, the better. So that, I think that's the trapezoid. Or the trapezius, or I don't know. Almost. Okay. Alright, so you know, I might as well add an extra level of detail over here. And yes, this is boring, but it has to be done. Let's go ahead and do it here. So now we have to adjust. I'm gonna keep it like that for now. And I'm just going to adjust those edges. Push them out a little bit. And rather than manually move them, it's sometimes easier just to add an extra edge. I'm just going to connect it. I'm going to press enter there. Now I'm sure that there's some edges that might need a little bit of a nicer flow right there. But then we get rid of that crease, which is just selecting this and deleting it. Okay. Just to do a little bit more average on here. You know, the closer they are, the more creasing you'll get. So and so on and so forth. As far as modeling goes, is just moving a lot of. That's like the refining area or the refining part, which is the most time consuming of all. Alright, I'm not gonna tweak anymore because this is just a tutorial. So See, my hand fell asleep and everything. The mouse. So I'm just gonna keep it there. Keeping it real, yo. Whatever that means. Alright, so it's starting to come together. At least it actually looks like something. I know that there's a lot of things as far as proportion that I haven't covered or talked about. Excuse me while I yawn one more time. It's now 10 in the morning, by the way, and no sleep in a long time. So yeah, there's a saying, it's called "Rust never sleeps." Well, you can call me Rust. Yeah, sure. Okay, anyway, I think I'm gonna stop now. One of the stories, the things connected, and I know that there's some edges down here that are not really making any sense. It's probably because I'm tired. But we'll come back and we will do an overall blocking of. Oh no, that we actually do that later. The next stage is the T. All right. So all right. I'll see ya. Enjoy. Bye. Bye. Bye.